Hello my lovelies, and welcome back for part 5 of my 2023 fourth quarter decks. I acquired a lot of decks. So if you're new to this, you jumped in the middle, please look in the description box down below. You'll find links to the other portions previous to this. I had enough decks that I acquired that I'm breaking them down and only showing you 6 of them at a time. This is part 5. I have one more part to go because I got 36 decks and 3 months. So I have 6 oracles to show you today. Some of you will probably recognize this. This is the Urban Crow Oracle. I bought MJ's Crow Tarot, what was it, in the third quarter of 2023, and I liked it so much I was like, oh, I have to eventually get the Oracle. So it went on a wish list, and I did acquire it in the last quarter. I actually don't mind the artwork anymore. With the Crow Tarot, I utilized it right off the bat. It didn't bug me at all. And I actually like a lot of the keywords on this particular oracle. Gives you a wide variety and some non-traditional keywords. So this was a great little addition to my very much growing oracle collection. Moving right along, this is the Spellcasting Oracle by Flavia Kate Peters and baron-reid. I have their Witch's Kitchen Oracle and the Witch's Wisdom Oracle. I'm more apt to use the Witch's Wisdom between the two, but seeing as they did a spell casting one, and yes, it does have a couple spells in the guidebook, but I did enjoy their choices and usages of certain keywords in this particular deck. I was willing to give this one a go, simply because it was a little bit different from the other 2 decks that I have from these 2. And I like the fact that this isn't the same image over and over and over with just slight differences. That was one thing that disappointed me with the Witch's Kitchen Oracle, is that it had the same backdrop. They just changed the keyword and, copied and pasted in the right herb or spice into the background. So it was very much the same thing over and over again. Which I wanted something a little bit different after a time. But this was definitely different for each card, has some great keywords. So we'll see how this one goes for an Oracle deck. See if I like it better than the other 2. This one a lot of you will recognize for a deck. This is the Queen of the Moon Oracle. I actually don't have a lot of astrology decks, believe it or not. So even though this does have the, phases of the moon on it, what it's referring to, I confess I don't use that portion quite so much, but I am really in love with a lot of the keywords, as well as some of the artwork choices in some particular cards. This is one that I saw being used over and over and over again, and I got to where I could usually predict certain cards coming out or how they were actually read, and where the energy was, even though I was never holding the deck, hadn't seen the deck, etc. So I wanted a copy of my own, and I managed to get one. Alright, another popular one, you guys will probably recognize the backings too. This is the Spirit Animal Oracle by baron-reid. Now, I do have other Tarot and Oracle decks by baron-reid. But I was still really low on animal energy when it comes to decks. And in fact, mostly what I had was tarot at the time. So, knowing how I usually bond and work with Colette's decks, and how the animals listed and the phrases and stuff on these. After seeing it utilized, I broke down and I bought myself a copy. I knew I was going to get one at some point. I just went, okay, might as well be now. So this is one of those. I saw it in the store and went, you're mine. Alright, and when it comes to my ever-expanding Sabbath decks, especially when it comes to Halloween, because I love Samhain, and I didn't have like hardly anything for decks, so that was one of the areas I was trying to fix in 2023. This is the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. So this is what, the third Stacey DeMarco deck I've got in 3 months. So yeah, 3 months and fourth quarter, and I ended up with a Stacey DeMarco deck for each month, which is fine. But for witch vibes, for, you know, Samhain vibes, I actually was willing to give this one a try. I know a lot of people, after a time, had issues with the skulls in this particular deck, simply because they're the same skull that's been altered into the background. I will see whether or not I have the same issue when I go to use this deck. I have not used it as of yet. I acquired this more closer to Yule because I got it for Christmas than Samhain. So I will see how well I handle this deck come next year. Alright, and I have one more Oracle deck to show you, and that is the Believe in Yourself Oracle by Amanda Lovelace. Okay, I always had some misgivings about whether or not I needed this. Does it feel too young to me? You know, it's a modern Oracle. Do I need it? And then I ended up with her tarot, the Cozy Witch Tarot. And of course this pairs with that. That goes along the same lines. And I actually liked the way the Cozy Witch Tarot felt. So I decided to take a chance and buy a copy of the Believe in Yourself and go, okay, maybe this doesn't feel too young. Maybe this is just right. It's modern, but it's witchy, and it has enough other content to it that it won't bug me. And I have no issue with this at all. I always kind of have some hang up when it comes to modern decks, and this is not one of them, for which I am thankful. Alright, my lovelies, that was another 6 decks. I still have 6 more to show you, so please stay tuned for part 6 of my 2023 fourth quarter decks. Simply because I still have more to show you. What can I say? 36 decks in 3 months. Alright, my lovelies, thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.